Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, Jose Vasquez here, Director of Programs. I've been with Ventures for almost 2 years. It's a nonprofit that is here in Seattle. We've been here for 25 years. It started as an idea that was brought from Bangladesh, where this organization were providing loans to low-income women to start their businesses. And that idea came back to Seattle as Washington Cash back in the day, now Ventures. So some of the things that we do, we provide resources for low-income communities. We focus on women, BIPOC, immigrant, LGBTQIA+, and also all of our resources are offered for our undocumented community as well. So, our mission at Ventures is to empower entrepreneurs with limited resources and unlimited potential to improve their lives through small business ownership. So that leads all of our programs. So a little bit about Ventures. As I mentioned, you started as a lending organization, so providing loans. And one of the pieces that we learn eventually through the work is, yes, here is the money. And then our clients would come back and I have the money, but I'm making mistakes in terms of, my business. So what am I doing? So that led into creating different resources for our clients. So I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But what we do, we offer all of our resources to anyone in the state of Washington. Our main office is here in Central District, but we also have an office over in Everett at Connect Casino Road. And we have satellite offices. We had satellite offices in different places as well. So how do I get into Ventures? What's the benefit of me joining Ventures? So one of the pieces, as I mentioned, yes, here's the money, but what I'm also wondering, what mistakes am I making, or how do I learn about starting my business? So we created our own curriculum, where we call it it's an 8-week business basic course. So in order for you to have access to any of our resources, you do have to graduate from the eight-week, we call it the BBC. So the reason why is we want you to go through the curriculum, whether you have started a new business or you already have a business. It's very important to go through the 8-week course. And there's different reasons why. One, if you start in a business, everything is going to be new to you. If you already have a business, the probability of you learning something new is really high. The other thing is that we use a cohort model. The cohort model meaning that you do have the instructor teaching you all the curriculum, and at the same time, you're also learning from each other. So you're going to have the opportunity of working with already business owners that their business has been in existence for 5 to 10 years, and then they're presenting some of the challenges that they're facing, prior to COVID or through COVID or whatnot. So you're learning through that process as well. So what do we cover on those 8 weeks? Obviously, we cover the basic of a business, so the basic of marketing, sales, finance, and operations. You also, along the way, you're completing your business plan, which some of my colleagues here in other organizations, they already talk about that as well in terms of what covers the business plan. And then you learn with the community of entrepreneurs, and it is 8 weeks. And what is the cost? So the cost is based on your income. So you provide us during your application process, you provide us with what's your annual income, and then we provide you with what the cost would be. It can be from $0 to no more than $200. And we also have a scholarship. So money should not be a barrier for you to join the 8 weeks. So what happens after you graduate? After you graduate from this 8 weeks, you have access to everything else that we have in the organization. The very first thing is you have coaching. So we do have a coaching team, have a one-on-one coaching that they're very specialized in the industry. So we provide, so the industries that we support is product, food, and service. So whatever your business is, we pair you with a coach, and you have access to the coach Unlimited is completely free. Up until the time that you say, you know what, I'm good to go. I don't need help. I already have my license. I already have my business plan, my finance plan. I'm good to go. A year later, you're saying, hey, you know, I need help with X, Y, or Z. You come back and then you have access to that coach again. The coach will also help you with setting up your goals and plan for success. The other piece that you also have access to us is our capital product. So we are allowed to provide you with loans. And one of the pieces that to support you, maybe you don't have credit or your credit is not good. So we also provide you with support on that credit building, educational opportunities about your finances, creating a savings account for your business, going through all that. Or you're saying, yes, I need support, I need to get a loan. So we do provide loans anywhere from $1,000 to it's actually $50,000 now. The other opportunity that you have or resource that we provide to you is other courses. So you went through the 8 weeks and that's the basics. So then you can get into these other courses that expand more on marketing, e-commerce, sales, finance, operations. Maybe you have a product and you want to know more about how can I make my business grow, knowing that I'm going to get into farmers market or pop-ups, or I want to open my own store or my own restaurant or my food truck. So we do have a lot of those opportunities of very specific courses that you can take. And those also varied anywhere between $0 to $50. And again, scholarships available. So that should not be a barrier. The other resource that you have with us is incubation. So if you have a product and you want to test your product, or you want to learn about how do I enhance my product, we do have a store over in Pie Place Market. It's the Ventures Marketplace. Right now, we host about 80 clients, and they go through the entire process. You have a product, it's ready to go. We put it in the market, and you're also providing you with feedback in terms of your product. Maybe your logo needs some work, or maybe the colors, or feedback that we get from customers about the product. It goes back to you to ensure that you're developing that product, because perhaps your goal is to have your product at PCC or QFC or Safeway. Or maybe your goal is just to sell your product at farmers market, but that serves as an incubation for you. If you're in the food business and you're cooking, or you want to cook, one of the things that is that you have to utilize a commercial kitchen in order for you to do that. So we do pair with a commercial kitchen over by Georgetown. And because of that collaboration, the price for the use is very, very low. And that's only accessible to our Ventures graduates. We also have our online business directory that is shared with all of our partners. We share with everyone, so your business is always there. We make sure that everyone knows about your business. And we're always looking for other opportunities for incubation for all of our clients. For instance, if you're familiar with 23rd and Jackson, there's a new Amazon, I forgot what it's called, but then there is some retail space right in front of it. So one of those retail spaces was presented to us. So we were able to put one of our clients in that retail space. So we're always out there looking for opportunities for our clients. What else can I share with you? Outside of that, one of the things when I attend this type of events is, as an entrepreneur, you will always be presented with different opportunities. So you have Business Impact Northwest, you have these other opportunities. And one of the pieces that I always like to share is knowing that all of these resources, they're not in competition with each other. It's always about you go, you read the information, and then you pick what's best for me as an individual, what's best for me for my business. And can you be part of multiple? Absolutely. Actually, the client that we have in that incubator over at 23rd and Jackson, she is part of 3 or 4 different organizations. So it's not about which one is better. It's more about how can I take advantage of you and the resources that you have so I can benefit my business, and how can I utilize you, and how can I utilize other organizations. We're talking about what is the cost. I already shared that, cost is based on income, but we'll always have scholarships available, so then that doesn't become a barrier. I cannot see my time on my screen. I don't know if I'm over or if I have time for Q&A.
We are just about 1 or 2 more minutes, Jose, before we start the game show. But if there are, for other folks that have questions for Jose about ventures and their programs, please, again, put it in the chat, or
yes, and I'll put my contact in the chat as well.
Perfect.
Very quickly. So all of our resources, English and Spanish, and the BVCs, we offer them 3 times throughout the year. And then now, because of COVID, we switched to virtual. So we have clients all the way to Tacoma or Spokane that they were able to join our resources because of it. We're going to continue doing that. Even if we have the opportunity to be in person, we will continue to have the virtual opportunity, just so we can also remove the transportation barrier that some folks might have.
Great. Participants, any questions?
I have a question about the programs that do offer loans. Is it any different from a bank loan? I don't know anything about this. I've never done any of this venture capitalism thing. But is there a difference between a venture capital investor, a bank loan for business, and what you are providing?
Yes, so definitely the interest. So our interest is very low. The whole purpose of our existence is to provide resources and remove barriers. So the interest is very low. We're very flexible. For instance, one of the things that we did all last year and part of this year was removal interest, so that clients can continue pay up their loans without worrying about the interest, or we just we do a payment plan based on the individual. So there is that. Credit is very important. So you can utilize the loan with us as a credit builder. So if at the moment that you're done with us and you're saying, I want to get $100,000 loan, then you're leaving with that credit, and you're also leaving with the letter of support from us saying, yes, this client put out the loans, and the business plan and everything is ready to go. So we also help with that as well.
So with your credit, going to Jose with credit, so you're saying someone who doesn't have credit, or someone who has, what about sketchy credit?
Yeah, we take them all.
Okay.
So so even if you don't have credit, as especially when we're talking about 18-year-olds, 18, 19, that they're trying to build their credit, and it's like, well, I don't have a credit. So we do have that specific loan that can help you build that credit. So we also have the credit building program for you. So then there is that. And going back to all of our undocumented community that don't have a credit, so we also utilize our own system to make sure that we provide the same level of resources for that community as well.